According to my mind, a drug policy should be based on zero tolerance, focusing on prevention, treatment, control, and aiming to reduce both supply and demand of and for illegal drugs.
The 57th session on the UN Commission on Narcotic Drugs in Vienna this week is rocking the traditional zero tolerance view on drugs. Latin American governments call for an end to the drug war. As Colombian Minister of Justice Gomez Mendez stated, people have been sacrificed in our actions to tackle the drug problem. We call for more effective ways to achieve the objectives stated in international agreements.
We need to say, okay, this is the time to discuss very open, to have all the ideas in the table, and then we need to try to find another kind of consensus, because the old consensus is broke.
Uruguay last year was the first country in modern history to legalize cannabis, opening the door for other countries to implement real alternatives to the failed drug war strategy.
So we need to cut this and we decide to try another experience, another policy, because we believe strongly that this is the best answer to this problem.
Diego Canepa, the Uruguay representative, he really spoke the truth. He said, we have a responsibility here to face up to the problem, to face up to the failings of the current system, and it's our duty to try and address this issue better than we have been, and not to do so would be an unforgivable error.
My impression from the debate so far is that the prevailing mood of member states is to say no to dismantling of the provisions of the conventions, but yes to returning to the original spirit, protection of health, welfare and safety of people.
I think it's going to be harder and harder for countries to bury their heads in the sand, especially now that we do have initiatives like what's happened in Washington and Colorado around cannabis, and also with Uruguay, that really do. Yeah, we think that they do breach the treaties, really, and we will probably see possibly more treaty breaches as time goes on. And how does that get contained? Or should they not just open their minds to an actual discussion and a debate about how to modernize the system, rather than just trying to look the other way?
UN system is prepared to continue supporting member states in the course they will decide to choose.
It is important what happens here, but at the same time, there are countries who will use national sovereignty and the flexibility that they see to go ahead with different approaches.